Hello and welcome to our live talk on civil engineering construction at ATU Sligo. My name is Sarah Kearns and I'm the online marketing officer here at ATU Sligo and I'll be your host for this talk. So today I'm joined by Trevor McSharry, Head of Department of Civil Engineering Construction at ATU Sligo. So welcome, Trevor.
Hi, Sarah, thank you.
And Alan Anderson, Project Engineer with Colas Ireland and a recent graduate from our online blended Masters of Engineering in Road and Transport Engineering. You're very welcome, Alan.
Thanks, Sarah.
So today we'll be chatting about some of the online part-time courses open for application within our Department of Civil Engineering Construction. We'll chat about progression opportunities, entry requirements, springboard, key dates, etc. We'll also be chatting to Alan, who will be giving us an overview of what it's like to be an online learner at ATU Sligo. So we've had a very busy time of it recently. So since the 1st of April 2022, IT Sligo recently partnered with GMIT and NYIT to form one of Ireland's largest multi-campus universities, Atlantic Technological University. So we were formerly online learning at IT Sligo and we are now online and flexible learning at ATU Sligo. So before we get started, I just need to mention some housekeeping. The session will be recorded, but attendees will not be visible. Our talk will last for 20 minutes. We're not taking questions during this talk. However, if you want to head over to the live Q&A section of our virtual open evening platform, you can submit any questions there and our team will get back to you, or you can email admissions@itsligo.ie. Brilliant. Okay, so firstly, we'll go to you, Trevor. Can you give us an overview of the part-time online courses available at ATU Sligo from the Department of Civil Engineering and Construction?
Thanks, Sarah. So I suppose I've been in my role as head of department since 2011, and we've gone from one online program to over 33 there recently. So we got 4 new programs across the line last week, and we have around 700 learners online part-time as well. So we have a huge experience dealing with people in the industry looking to upskill. And over the years, we've I suppose connected really well with industry in terms of identifying bespoke program requirements and partnered with key national bodies to address those particular program needs. So I might just give a quick overview then, looking at the civil engineering programs initially, where we'd have programs at level 6 and level 9. So level 6 would be basically where you would progress from leaving cert to a higher certificate. And we have programs in water and wastewater treatment operations that we developed in partnership with the Department of Environmental Science and also Irish Water. So it was a significant opportunity for us to work with Irish Water and address these particular skills needs. So we have a full higher certificate in that area. And then also for people in the water services sector, we have a master's and postgrad diploma in water services management. And we're looking at opportunities at level 7 and 8 as well to develop our programs in that area. And then in terms of civil engineering, we have a master's in road and transport engineering that Alan is on or has completed. And in that program, we have a number of minor awards as well that are available on our website. So that program has recently got accreditation with Engineers Ireland for chartered engineer status, which is great. And then the other program we have at level 9 is a master's in geotech and structural engineering, which has a certificate in it as well. And that's a 90 credit master's with a 60 credit dissertation. So it's quite popular at the moment. Then looking at more property and construction related programs that we've a suite of programs from level 6 to level 9. At level 6, we have a higher certificate in property services and facilities management that we developed in partnership with the Society of Chartered Surveyors of Ireland. And that program allows graduates get the licenses from the PRSA. That's licenses A, B, C, and D. So again, very popular. And we've new programs that are about to be launched as progression paths at level 7 and level 8. So they'll be launched over the next couple of weeks. Also at level 6, we have a higher certificate in construction economics. And that's, I suppose, a foundation where you can go into construction management at level 7 or quantity surveying at level 7. In construction management, we also have a progression path to level 8 in construction project management and a master's in project management. And again, a lot of these programs have minor awards, which are very attractive for CPD purposes, where you're having a taster of a semester or a stage or a year to dip your toe in the water in the program. And if you like it, you can continue. So we have many different programs like that that are also an attractive option. So in quantity surveying, we have progression paths from level 6 right through to level 9. So quantity surveying at level 7, honours level at level 8, and also a postgrad certificate in mechanical and electrical quantity surveying that we developed again in partnership with the Society of Chartered Surveyors of Ireland. So that gives a bit of an overview of what we have available at the moment.
Brilliant, brilliant. I know you mentioned it there just slightly, but can you tell us a little bit more about the various links with professional national bodies within the Department of Civil Engineering and Construction?
Yeah, so with our programs, we always try and ensure that they have professional accreditation, which allows the graduate have international recognition of their qualifications and allow them, I suppose, fulfill that profession wherever they travel around the world. So our programs are accredited with the Society of Chartered Surveyors of Ireland for quantity surveying, the Chartered Institute of Building for construction management programs, and then the Masters then in Road and Transportation Engineering has accreditation with Engineers Ireland. So that fulfills the educational requirement to become a chartered engineer, again internationally recognised. So those professional bodies are really important for recognition and quality assurance of the programme. Then in terms of the bespoke programs, we mentioned that we developed programs with SESI, Irish Water. For the Road and Transportation Engineering programme, we developed that in partnership with the Department of Transport and the Local Authority Services National Training Group to address, I suppose, key skills deficits in the local authorities around the country and also in the private sector. So we have a lot of learners coming from contractors, consultants into that programme. So that's also a really important programme that we have available. Yeah, they would be and then the road safety audit program that we have at level 9 is also a really important program for the country, which we developed with Transport Infrastructure Ireland to allow people in that area get a formal qualification and allow them to become, I suppose, certified road safety auditors for Ireland. And that program is available at level 9, and that was developed with TII also.
Brilliant, brilliant. And all these programs are open for application now for September 2022 start. Yeah, brilliant. So then what courses within the Department of Civil Engineering and Construction have been approved for Springboard this year?
Yeah, so we've had success with Springboard over the years, and this year they've approved funding to cover the certificate in water and wastewater treatment operations, which is 30 credits. It's 1 year and it's a taster for getting into the water services area or looking at water and wastewater treatment operations. So you could be planning to get into that sector or in the sector already looking for some kind of formal qualification. So you can do that 30 credits award, and then you can do progression to a full 60 credit award in water, drinking water or wastewater. And then there's a full higher certificate option as well in that suite. So that's a popular option. Also at level 9, we have a certificate in geotech and structural engineering. Again, that was approved last year as well. And again, very important, a niche area in the construction sector where soil and structures interact. And that's quite a popular program as well. And if you do the certificate, you're eligible to progress to the Masters in geotech and structural engineering. So again, it's a very important progression path. The other program that we have Springboard approval on is the certificate in mechanical and electrical quantity surveying. And again, it's a quite niche area where building services and quantity surveying overlap. And we developed that as a program with SESI. It's run the last number of years, and again, hugely successful. And that normally gets filled by Springboard very quickly. So there are 3 that we have available this year.
Great. There's great progression opportunities there with the Springboard courses, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 90% funding for people who are fully in full-time employment, which is fantastic. They're only paying 10%. And if you're unemployed, you get 100%. So it is a fantastic opportunity for learners to upskill in a very cost-effective way.
Brilliant, brilliant. So within the civil engineering construction industry, is there a need for upskilling the workforce to help bridge skill gaps?
Yeah, sorry, there's significant skills gaps at the moment in the construction sector in all different professions. And that's probably as a result of a lack of graduates coming in over the last 10 years, and also a significant amount of capital investment planned from now up to 2040. So Ireland 2040 outlines a significant strategy for Ireland in terms of investment in infrastructure. So that's, I suppose, really highlighting the area and the opportunities within the civil engineering and construction area for upskilling. There's significant opportunities for graduates coming into the sector and also for people in the sector. And people in the sector, you know, there's a huge amount of change happening in the sector, an evolution of standards. Digitization is having an impact across the professions. And also sustainability is becoming a core part of everything we do. So I suppose the advice is for people in the industry to keep up to date with CPD, look at opportunities of upskilling, you know, link in with your professional body and become chartered if you can. And our programs enable learners in all different sectors within the construction sector to upskill on a convenient basis where you can continue your full-time employment and access live lectures or recorded lectures as you please to allow you upskill on a convenient basis. So there is a lot of opportunity, and we have a huge amount of success stories, I suppose, from our learners who have gone through our programs. I know somebody who went from level 6 in construction economics and has now gone up to the master's level, and he's seen a significant increase in his salary and his prospects. And education is the best investment that you'll ever make in yourself. You'll always have it with you and on your CV, and economically it's a fantastic thing to do.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. So can you tell us a little bit about general entry requirements for online civil engineering and construction courses at ATU Sligo? I know it's different for every course, but can you give us a little overview anyway?
Yeah, so for each program, there is a little bit of guidance in terms of what are the entry requirements. But generally, if let's say you're picking a level 7 degree program, you would normally have a level 6 program that would be in a related area, and then that would allow you to progress to level 7. So normally you're progressing from level 6 to level 9. If you don't have a formal qualification at level 6 higher certificate, then there's an opportunity for you to avail of the recognition of prior learning, which would allow us reflect on your CPD, your training, all of your significant work experience to see is that equivalent to a higher certificate. And if it is, through that RPL process, which is done on a case-by-case basis, then we would allow the learner entry into the level 7 program without a formal level 6 qualification. And in lieu of that, they would be, I suppose, assessed as having the equivalent experiential learning for that. So that opportunity is available on all of our programs. The other thing to note, I suppose, is some of our programs require you to be in the sector. So, for example, the property services and facilities management program expects you to be in employment in that area because there's work-based learning that will draw on your linkage to your company that's in that space. So that will allow you complete that program successfully. Also, in the higher certificate in water and wastewater treatment operations program, for example, we would expect you to be working in a treatment plant or in a related area. So that's important. And then for some of our master's programs in civil engineering, you would need to have a level 8 honours civil engineering qualification. And again, if you don't have it, there's an RPL opportunity for us to assess. So we are as flexible as we can be with the goal of ensuring that the learner who's allowed into the program has a good chance of success to complete the program.
Okay. I know we get asked this quite a bit when people are researching online courses that they want to do, but how much time will online students typically have to dedicate to their studies at ATU Sligo?
So generally, our programs are designed in such a way to allow the learner continue working full-time and also upskill on a part-time basis, generally in the evening. And the rule of thumb is 3 5-credit modules every semester is what we normally have. And that allows the learner continue their work and I suppose get their head around 3 modules. And within those modules, they're going to have live lectures or recorded lectures, and they'll have continuous assessment activities. And it does depend on how well the individual wants to get on in their program, whether they want to get 100% or 40, for example. And also it depends on what experience they have in the area. So they might find some modules easy because they have done those related areas before, and other ones difficult because they've never crossed paths with the topics before. So generally it could be 10 to 15 hours as a rough guide, but it is very subjective and depends on the program and also the learner. So that hopefully will give some insights.
Yeah, and I suppose then to offer flexibility as well, all of our live lectures then are pre-recorded or recorded, so then people can watch back at a time that suits them.
Yeah. So that's an important feature. We do have live lectures to allow people come in, ask questions on an interactive basis, and we always have that. And then we do record it so that if somebody isn't able to make it for their work or personal life commitments, then they're able to get the recording and still keep up to date with their studies. So that's an important feature of what we do, for sure.
Brilliant. Also, congratulations on the team's recent win at the Irish Construction Excellence Awards, where the ATU Sligo Civil Engineering and Construction Department won the award in third level CPD category for their online and flexible masters in road and transport engineering, which is actually the course that Alan did. So congratulations, that was a big win.
Yeah, no, thank you, Sarah. It was great to get that national recognition at the largest construction event, I suppose, every year. We had 2 programs shortlisted, actually the Masters in Project Management as well, but there was only going to be one winner. So we were happy to be a winner. And again, it was great recognition to all of the staff and the work that we do and the linkages that we have with the professional bodies and national bodies to ensure the programs are addressing key skills needs and that they're at a required quality level that justifies recognition.
Brilliant. So Alan, how are you? You're up next.
Yeah.
So you studied the Masters in Road and Transport Engineering at ATU Sligo. So can you tell us why you chose this course?
Yeah, so just to agree with what Trevor had said there. The course really fit the needs of the industry. So again, I'd be in the asphalt industry. I'd be typically working in road maintenance, but it was one of the better courses out there for covering the needs of the local authorities, I suppose, and the industry we're in. And also, I'd agree with what Trevor said. I suppose when I graduated, I would have been pre-2011, so I had to always get a master's to get chartered engineer. So luckily enough, the course has been approved as a chartered engineer degree. So again, that was one of the main drivers, I suppose. I knew at the time when I started, it probably wasn't over the line yet, but luckily they have got it over the line, and that's my next step is to get it to become a chartered engineer with Engineers Ireland. And I have the education background now with the masters, which I always needed. So yeah.
Brilliant. So then how did you find the course, Alan? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was excellent. Yeah, as I said, very well ran. And just to agree with the points that Trevor made, I suppose the Moodle online system that the college uses, it pre-records the lectures. So again, it did give you the option to join them live and talk to the lecturers one-to-one if you wanted to, or put in your questions, and we had real-time feedback. But again, on evenings that you mightn't be able to make it, the recordings were there. You were able to join in and look at them anytime online. And if you even wanted to go back pre-exams, they were all left online there. You could look up the specific things and go through the questions again. It was probably intense enough, but at the same time I was working full time, and actually in the middle of it we actually got married. So again, I was able to do all of that and still complete the course. And I did find that we did 1 or 2 in-person events at the college. This was pre-pandemic, obviously, but we did do a couple of days in the IT, and again, I was able to mix with the other participants, and I've got some very good contacts there and work colleagues there as well along with that. So yeah, it was an excellent course, Sarah. Yeah.
Brilliant. So can you give us some tips on how to balance study? You mentioned there that you're working full time and then also doing the online masters. So is there any tips that you can give to other online learners?
Yeah, I'd say, probably the biggest one is get started and keep doing it and keep on top of the work. And more than any course that anyone has done, you have to follow up on the work. Again, use the lectures that were very helpful. Everyone in IT Sligo, or ATU Sligo as it is now, they were at the end of an email and got back to you straight away if you found something difficult or needed any help with that. And again, I'd say, just getting started is the main one, Sarah. Get onto it and put the time in.
Yeah, make a routine, keep to it, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So then what do you think you gained by taking on this course, like in terms of career and progression?
Yeah, so I definitely gained a lot of specialised knowledge that you wouldn't have got in your undergraduate. I suppose I would have gained a good bit through work and starting in the industry. But again, going back to the learning, there was very specialised in the knowledge and in the areas that I was working in. Again, I suppose it's very, very focused on the field of study I did. And one part of the course that I covered, the Masters in Road Maintenance and Transport Engineering, was the dissertation part of the module. So when we did the dissertation, I was able to use it as part of my own work. So we developed a product within Colas and through ATU, which we were using today, and it did develop the company itself, along with my own career as well. So it did help me move forward in my career progression as well. So yeah, it was very, very worthwhile.
Brilliant. Okay. And then lastly, any advice for anyone considering a part-time online course?
Yeah, well, I suppose the biggest advice is with the course that I done, it's split, as Trevor mentioned, into 3 years. So the first year is a certificate, so you can go in and do that and just make sure that you're able for the amount of work it takes, the different practical work projects, and you will come out with a minor award there. So there is a certificate, a level 9 certificate. And I'd say if you start that and you thought you were able for the certificate, you definitely get through the other 2 years. But again, that'll be my advice. Get started, do the course. If you're interested in doing it, it's a 1 year option. You'll know by the end of that year if you're able to get on, and you will have a minor award, as I say, and you can always come back and finish it when you might get more time in the future.
Brilliant. Thanks, Alan. Okay, so I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you to Trevor and Alan for being our panelists this evening. There was lots of really good information shared there. If you'd like to watch back, we'll upload a video of this live talk to our virtual open evening webpage, and you'll be able to watch back there. So if you're interested in doing a civil engineering construction course at ATU Sligo, visit our course section on our virtual open evening platform, where you can view academic videos by some of our courses. And if you have any questions regarding this talk or any of our civil engineer and construction courses, head over to our Ask a Question section. Our team will be able to answer your questions there. So thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed the rest of our virtual open evening. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Alan.